You've been in this game a long time, and I want to talk to you because early or mid-teen, 20 teens, you were with Simona Farrise, who's one of the most, historic trial lawyers, one of the most altruistic. She ran for office before just to help human beings.
I like Simona.
I love her. I love her.
I've met her through Rally.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We were actually, her and I were up for trial lawyer of the year once. I think we had lost to, Rowley was up that year too, and we lost to somebody else. I forget who it was, but we were in a room, and she's like one of the most fascinating.
Yeah. Dude, she's a legend.
A legend. So what was it like to work with a legend as a young lawyer?
It was amazing. So Simona's story is she was a paralegal at this law firm. And she was like, one day I looked around and I was like, I could fucking do that. So as a single mother, she went to school, at night school, got her law degree, got out of law school. 8 years later, she was the named managing partner of that same law firm.
Wow. Yeah. She was traveling everywhere doing this stuff.
Yeah, she's the real deal. So I saw Simona, the way the asbestos cases work, I was working at a different firm. They're all consolidated from San Diego, Orange County, LA in one courtroom. So as a young lawyer, you get to go in a courtroom, there's like 100 lawyers, and you sit there waiting for your case to be called, and you get to see lawyer after lawyer argue. It's awesome. So I'd been doing it for about a year, and one day I saw this, little woman who didn't look like any lawyer I've ever seen, just arguing against 100 defense lawyers, and she was just, dude, she just had like the passion, but she wasn't just like angry, she was like articulate and passionate. I was like, wow. And I went back to my firm and I was like, who's Simona Farrise? Like, who is that? And they're just like, oh, she's this legendary trial lawyer. And I was like, wow, I'd never seen anything like that. And then I ended up leaving that firm, going to another firm, and one day I was actually doing defense work for a little bit, like 6 months. I was doing insurance defense.
That's gross.
It was super gross. But it was a firm that had about 5% plaintiffs' cases. Yeah. And they sniffed me out immediately, and they gave me all the plaintiffs' cases. So I was still really doing plaintiffs' work, but it was a defense firm.
And what is the name of your current, for people who don't know, what's the name of your firm now? And
the current firm is Dean Omar Branham and Shirley. It's a Texas firm that's nationwide.
But how do you being a California guy, because it's very hard to get these trials. It's very hard to be the A1 in these trials, and it's usually an egocentrical thing where people are battling who's going to try these bellwether cases. And those are the cases that set the barometer, right? So when Johnson & Johnson, I guess, got revealed, there's a lot of who's going to try the A1 cases. And it was you and a couple other folks that are out there on the front lines trying these cases. How does that go down? And how was Morrow not in that conversation?
Yeah, how was I not? How was I not on the steering committee, goddammit?
I got a few answers, but
honestly, the way it works is that I was a second chair for trial after trial after trial after trial. And then there becomes a point where the first chairs are too busy and a trial comes up and you just got to be like, I'm going to do it. And I think everybody wants to be a trial lawyer until a trial comes along. Yeah. And then it's like, who's going to do it? And to me, I'm so scared of trial, like it's terrifying for me. I'm still scared of it. But when that opportunity came along, I felt like I was ready, and I was like, I'll do it. And then you get some success, and then when another trial comes along, you do it, and you just volunteer, and that's how I did it. So I had these great mentors, and then when the opportunity presented itself, I was like, I'll do it.
Usually the first opportunity is not the best opportunity.
Exactly.
Usually like, hey, try this shit case, which we've done many times, Morrow, to try to cut our teeth. And I tell every lawyer that's out there, if you want to try cases, you want to establish yourself, you have to be ready to you're going to try a case and likely not win and certainly not make any money, because you're there to earn your stripes, to be comfortable in the courtroom, because it takes time.
Yep.
It takes time, especially you, because what I find when I do a national trial practice, it's hard to walk into a courtroom in another state and walk in and say, you know what, I'm the big dog here, because you can't start that way.
Right.
Playing by their rules on their home court, and you deal with that every day. That's got to be hard.
It's super hard. I can't say that I've mastered it, but I just try to be myself. I'm an introvert. I'm like a shy person. I'm a soft-spoken person, but I'm also, if I love my client, I've spent a lot of time with my client, and I believe in the case, then I just be me.
So
you know?
with about Ben, if you go to his website, it's really funny because Ben's hit, I mean, most recently, a few $100 million verdict. He's $100 million settlements, $50 million verdict all across the country. If you go to his website, it just says, "I love my clients." That's pretty much all it says. It's just like, "Hey, I'm Ben. I really like my clients. I like spending time with them." It's like I had to search a little bit to get all the verdicts. But it's a testament to who you are.
Yeah. A soft sell.
Yeah, I mean, I've got an ego like everyone else, but I really think if you how do you get a $100 million verdict, right? How do you get a $1 billion verdict?
You gotta love your client, love the case.
Yeah,
you gotta love it. They
you
know
gotta,
if you don't.
You gotta. In our cases, you guys try cases where it's like an old lady ran a stop sign, and it's like, man, how do you get the jury upset about that? But we try cases where it's like literally a multinational corporation that engaged in mass poisoning of babies. Like you turn that up high enough, and you turn up the love of your client high enough. That's it.